Hey guys, so right now I'm going to show you how to knit continental. So this is just one of the many ways there are out there to knit, and the only thing that makes it different from English knitting, which is maybe how you learned, is where you hold the yarn. So in English knitting, you hold the yarn in your right hand and you wrap it around the needle to make a stitch. In continental knitting, what you do is hold the working yarn in your left hand, so this is yarn attached to your ball, and I just wrapped around my fingers a couple times for some tension. And you hold your knitting in your left hand as well. So this is the needle with all the stitches on it that are going to be worked. So you have your working yarn and your knitting in your left hand. And then to make a stitch, you just take your right hand needle, pick up the first stitch, so from bottom to top, and keep your right hand needle behind the left one. And then you pick up the yarn from behind with your needle, and then off your left hand needle. So from bottom up and keep your right hand needle behind the left hand one, and then with the right hand needle pick up the yarn and pull it through the stitch and off your left hand needle. And so the reason I'm showing you this is because it's quite a bit faster way to knit. So because your yarn isn't traveling, like you can see, you don't actually really move the yarn. So this goes much faster if you have long rows of knit stitches to knit. I find it's not as fast for purling. I'll show you how to do a purl stitch this way really quickly. So to make a purl stitch while you're knitting continental, you have normally set up like this. You bring the yarn in front, put your right hand needle in from the top down into the stitch, and then I use my thumb. There's probably a million ways to do this, but what I do is put the needle in from the top down, use my thumb to kind of pull it around so I can pull the yarn through with my right hand needle through the stitch and off the left hand needle. So again, from top down, and then use your thumb to grab the yarn so that it will go wrap around the right hand needle and pull it off. So I find this way not as convenient to purl, but I mean it's everybody's preference. But for knit stitches it's really easy because you just go behind and pick the yarn. So sometimes this is called picking for that reason. It's also known as German knitting. One thing to keep in mind is that your tension may be different when you knit this way compared to other ways. So I definitely find that my stitches are quite a bit looser when I knit using this method. So if you're combining the two techniques in one piece, just keep an eye on the tension and make sure your gauge isn't really different between the two different rows or something. But anyway, that's all there is to it, so hopefully that will help you knit a little bit faster. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments here or send me a message, and happy knitting!